Recovery Shared, your online source for all things recovery.
Hello world, welcome back to Recovery Shared, your online source for all things addiction and recovery. I am always joined with the elegant Michael Stone, and I am the elegant Justin Sims, I don't know. And welcome guys. Today's topic, because we've been doing a series of basically one-word themes that you see in meeting rooms. So today's, we're actually going to do two parts because they kind of tie in together, and these are big ones. And these are ones that are not only for people in recovery. This stuff is applicable for anybody, anywhere. Today we're going to be talking about faith and another F word that's scary, fear. So faith and fear. Let's start with fear, Mike. And first things first is I'm going to give you the dictionary definition. This is according to Webster, okay? Fear is an unpleasant emotion caused by the belief that someone or something is dangerous, likely to cause pain or a threat. So it's the emotion that's caused by the belief that something is going to harm us. Okay? The recovery definition, FEAR, stands for fuck everything and run, or FEAR, face everything and recover. Okay? Here's some quotes, and then we'll discuss. Fear quotes. Don't fear failure. Fear being in the exact same place next year as you are today.
Yep.
Don't be scared to fall on your face in fear, because we learn the most through messing up. Because there's really no losses in life. There's wins and lessons. But if you're not moving, if you're not progressing at all, that's what you should be scared about. Not of failing.
Yeah.
Here's another one. The oldest and strongest emotion of mankind is fear. And the oldest fear is the fear of the unknown. So it's the longest emotion that we know of that man has had. Fear. The caveman was scared of animals or scared of the fire or whatever. But the thing we've been scared of the most is the fear of the unknown. Scared of change. Scared of what's on the other side of that door. Scared of the dark. Scared of water that you can't see beneath you, because we'll create all kinds of crazy scenarios in our head of what's on the other side of that door, or what's in the dark, or what's below the water, or what's in that recovery life. But you're just scared. You're just holding on to the security of stuff that's not even healthy necessarily. You know, like staying in a relationship with someone that abuses you. It's not a good situation, but you're staying with them because you're familiar.
Yeah.
It's the security of that pain. And it's sick, really. Here's another one. I learned that courage was not the absence of fear,
No.
but the triumph over it. The brave man is not...
Gotta say, fuck it.
Right.
I'm just going to...
The brave man is not he who does not feel afraid, but he who conquers that fear. Everybody feels scared.
Well, like, I'm not going in the ocean.
Me neither.
Swimming.
Me neither. That's
I'm not going to conquer that. I don't really care.
Yeah, but that's a different kind of fear.
Yeah.
But if you transferred that as an analogy to other parts of your life, where you're scared to take a leap of faith or scared to take a risk.
If somebody told me that going out in this boat, skin diving on this reef in the Keys or whatever, is going to help me in some other way that I would be able to like understand and believe it, I would do it.
That's different.
I would definitely do it.
If it's like, this will make you a better man, Michael Stone,
Yeah.
and your
if I could
family
see
will
that
benefit.
that it was gonna somehow make me progress more than there's any other way I could have,
It's worth the risk.
I would damn sure be going in the fucking ocean.
I am with you on that. I am with you on that.
I was like, fuck it. Shark gets me, I'll get a Band-Aid.
Yeah, a Band-Aid. Here's another one, guys. Do the thing you fear to do, and keep on doing it.
Hey, there you go.
That is the quickest and surest way ever yet discovered to conquer fear. So out of all the time that we've been on this earth, the surefire way to conquer your fear is to do what scares you and keep doing it. And then here's another definition of fear. FEAR stands for false evidence appearing real. False evidence appearing real. Like when my son thinks that there's a monster in his closet, he believes there's a monster in there. His imagination has grown so out of control that the shadows on the walls of his room all build this killer, crazy monster that's in his closet. So I love that. Fear stands for false evidence appearing real. So he's seeing these false things that are real to him. That's why if you watch a good horror movie, the really good directors in horror movies, you never see the monster. You do, but not much. Because they're building it up in your mind as an audience member of this monster that you hear and people talk about, or you'll see a hand or thing will run by real quick. But so you're building this fear in your head. That's what a film director for a horror wants you to do. They want to present this monster in your head that's way scarier than anything they could show.
Yeah. And you build like those kind of things in your head that have nothing to do with monsters. They have to do with anything that you're building up in your mind that's not really reality. But
this is a dangerous place to be.
Yeah.
I'll create all kinds of bullshit.
Right.
And stories that are huge. And I remember at one time I was this was like in the heyday of my using. And you could not convince me that the FBI wasn't breaking my door down. And this was like hours long. Now, why my door was some crazy door that took the FBI to break for hours didn't ever cross my mind. All that crossed my mind was they're coming for me, I'm done. I'm like on the floor swimming through my tile. Like on the ground. They're coming for me. There was nobody outside my door. This is my favorite fear quote out of all the ones I wrote down. Everything you want in life is on the other side of fear. I love that. That gives me a goal. Get through this and you get this.
right.
So if I can get through my own mentally built up fear, everything that I want that's worth anything in this life is on the other side of my own fear.
Right.
So it's all about how do I get over it? How do I get through that? How do I get past it? And it's totally attainable, guys. So face your fear, do the thing that scares you, and continue doing it. Like our friend Tracy says, who's one of the brightest minds I know. She says that if you're not uncomfortable, you have to do stuff every day that makes you uncomfortable because uncomfortable means growth. No kid likes learning algebra. Like, the idea of your mind learning algebra, like it's a painstaking headache. You know what I mean? Of like, why is X now a number plus Y? Why are these letters numbers? And getting that whole thing in your head is painstaking. But once it's in there, it's in there. You know what I mean? So if the kid wants to figure out these deep, crazy equations, they're going to be able to do that. But the first thing they got to do is get through the fear of learning these hard things.
Right. So I will... My tool that I use, like let's say for an example, I'll think of the worst fucking possible outcome.
Of the situation. Okay.
And figure out some solution to it. That's how I do it.
So you're like ready for a worst case scenario.
Yeah.
And then probably what happens, and correct me if
Worst
I'm wrong.
fucking case scenario, that's what I'm going to think of a solution for.
So let's make up a figurative fake one. So if you're like, Justin's coming to talk to me today. Worst case scenario, he's going to tell me, fuck you, I hate everybody, bye. And then I get there and I'm like, hey, so Mike, I got a video idea. And you're like,
Yeah.
what? That's a whole lot of relief. Because you had already planned for me
That's
in the
what I
worst
do.
scenario.
Yeah.
That's not a bad way to... It's kind of like when people say, pray for or hope for the best, but prepare for the worst. Prepare for the worst, and more than likely it's not going to happen, but you're prepared in case.
Yeah.
And then you're like, you're really happy when it's something like good.
Yeah, when you come to the, like, and then as soon as I come to the realization that whatever that is, worst case scenario, that I definitely would not die from it, or I'll be
Yeah, your
able
life
to,
goes
like,
on.
somehow I'll fucking be able to start over, or let's say it was like something really bad, or somehow I'll come up with like something to be, if I'm prepared for whatever the worst fucking
The worst of the
possible
worst,
thing
yeah.
is.
Before we move on, let me ask you about this particular thing we're talking about. How many of those worst case figurative scenarios in your mind are like, when you look back at them, so fabricated in your head that they're almost like not reality?
Right.
Like, this shit's not even gonna happen. Probably like half of them, right? Or like,
Yeah.
So the mind is an amazing thing. And what we plant in our head, it's really a garden. It grows. So
Yeah.
if it's this bullshit fear that, I don't know, Mike's out to kill me, if I water that idea, it's going to grow in my head like a garden would. Now we're
Not
gonna-
even stuff like that, but more stuff like you're not gonna have enough money for this or that,
Mhm.
or you're gonna fucking something
Just normal
built
life
up
worries.
in your friggin' mind, right?
Yeah.
That your rehab isn't gonna have any clients.
Or you could relate that to any business owner.
Any business.
My business is not gonna have
business
enough
isn't gonna
money
have
coming
any
in.
Fucking customers.
We've got X going out, but Y coming in, and
Right.
X is more than Y. Oh my God.
right,
Or how am I going to put my kid through? I mean,
right,
how am I going to put my kid through college?
right.
I'm thinking of these things when my oldest child is 5 years old. Like, how much energy am I wasting worried about a college
Well,
tuition?
most people walk through the whole day, and that's all they fucking do.
And it's just a waste of time and energy. What does it really do for you?
I don't know.
What does it do for me? Yes, it's good for me to prepare
Yeah.
for my son's college. But at the same time, should I be losing sleep over it 13 years before I cross the bridge?
No, what are you going to be able to do today
Right.
to put towards that issue?
Exactly. And when I worry, I actually make everything worse.
Yeah. All I want to know is what can I do like today
Living in the
to
solution.
fix that? Even not even fix it. To what can I do today that might make one teeny fucking step towards fixing
To
it?
remedy it, to plant the seed
Yeah.
for the solution later. Now we're going to
That's the
cross
way out of
over
it.
to the faith part of our discussion. And I got a joke to start this one out. And I don't know if it's a good joke. But, no, you know what? It is a good joke. I don't know if it's a funny joke. But it's a good joke, it's witty. So,
Woody's always good.
there's a man sitting in his house.
Mm-hmm.
All in his head. Fear knocks on the door. Faith answers the door. And nobody was there.
Did you come up with that?
I did not come up with it. Look at how disappointed his face was. Did you see it? Did you guys see that? He was like, "Did you come up with that?" Because that just tells you Michael Stone expects really cheesy, dumb jokes to come from me.
From
that
anyone.
sucks. Yeah. This is how you guys saw it peripherally or a profile, but this is how he looked at me. Did you come up with that?
That shit happens at my house constantly.
What, stuff like that? What?
Yeah.
Shit where you're like, did
She'll
that-
say something and I'll be like, you did not fucking come up with that shit. Or I'll come up with something or hear something on the fucking TV.
Be like, "You're good, but
and
you're
I'll
not that good."
try to make her think I came up with it. Right? That's
she's
like
like-
a constant thing. She's like, fuck you, you didn't come up with that.
She's like, that's the Maytag slogan from 10 commercials ago, you dumbass. All right, so faith, guys. Okay, here's our Webster Dictionary definition of faith, okay? This is according to Webster. Here's 2 definitions of it. Faith is complete trust or confidence in someone or something.
Okay.
I agree with that. Right now, me and Mike have complete faith that this couch is going to hold us up.
Right.
That we're not just going to crash,
I do.
okay? Yeah, absolutely. I have faith and full trust and
Yet I have
confidence.
no evidence to say that
That
this
it wouldn't.
isn't going to fall right out from under us.
Right, but it's never let us down before.
Right.
So we have no reason to not trust that it wouldn't. But if you sat and let that fear build in your mind of, oh my God, he could probably create all kinds of bullshit scenarios about how this
Right.
couch isn't going to support us. All right,
Yeah.
the second definition. Faith is a strong belief in God or in the doctrines of a religion based on spiritual apprehension rather than proof. Now that tells me that there's this. I can't touch the wind outside. I can't see the wind.
Right.
But
You could touch it though.
you could. but I also have evidence that the wind's there.
Mm-hmm.
Things moving in the wind and shit like that. I can feel it. I don't need to see it.
Right.
It's the same thing with God. I can't see what we would think is the bearded man in the sky shooting lightning bolts out of his fingers. I don't see that God, but I see evidence of God. I see life. I see God working in my life. I feel him
Right.
or her or whatever you believe. I feel this higher power like I feel the wind outside.
Right. Faith is belief in something without evidence.
Exactly. And full trust in it. That's real faith. Now here's a couple faith
So
quotes.
I have any faith. I have faith in the couch, but I don't really have faith in anything.
You have faith in people.
I don't have faith in God.
You have faith in people. For example, your daughter works with us.
Right.
You have faith that you can rely on her.
Right.
You know that you can trust her. You have faith that if you left $200 on the table and
Yes.
said, I'll be back in 6 days to get that
Yes.
200, that the 200 would still be there.
Right. Because I know from previous
Because she's given you evidence
Right.
and past experience to have faith in her.
Right.
And stuff like that grow. That's trust. It grows over time.
Yeah.
For example, obviously you don't know me as well as you know your own daughter, but maybe if I'm not at the $200 yet faith with Mike, he would probably, maybe I'm at the $50. Where Mike goes, here's $50 on the table, Justin, I'll be back in 6 days, and then I'll work up to 100, and then work up to 200, as he gets more faith in me,
Right.
as the trust builds. Here's a couple faith quotes, okay? Keep faith. The most amazing things in life tend to happen right at the moment you're about to give up faith. So right when you're about to give up hope, don't. Push a little further, because that's usually when, because God answers us on his timing. If you want to see God's sense of humor, tell him your plans. That was a decent joke.
Yeah.
That was a decent one.
Good
Okay, here's another one. Your faith can move mountains, and your fear can create them. I love that. I love that. Yeah, my faith can conquer this big storm. But guess what created 95% of the storm? My fear. My bullshit.
Yeah.
Okay? So what I have to tell myself, and maybe this is useful to you, is I have to tell myself in any situation, don't catastrophize.
Yeah.
Don't catastrophize this, because I can make a stub toe a trip to the ER.
Yeah.
If I build it up in my head enough. I'll buy my own bullshit,
Yep.
and I'll supersize it and buy it twice. Faith doesn't make things easy. It makes them possible. So it's not gonna be easy.
Right.
Michael Stone has built,
There's no easy.
but you've built these huge
There's no easy.
big money making companies that you created from here. You saw it here in camera 1 and camera 2 before the world saw it. That's so cool that you could make these visions come to life, but the faith is what made it possible for you to do those things. That constant belief, I think I can, turns into I will, turns into I'm done, I'm doing it, I've done it.
Right. But then there's a big difference between faith, in something and thinking it's gonna happen without you
Putting the full
putting
effort.
the right.
Yeah, you're not just gonna. I have faith that the Steven Spielberg movie role is just gonna fall in my hands.
Right.
I'll be waiting forever.
Yeah.
That's a big problem that I think all humans have.
Yeah.
Is the idea that we have more time.
Yeah.
I've got time. I've got time to do that. Says who?
Yep.
Says who?
Who says tomorrow is coming?
Dude, there's a
For you.
little baby dying right now somewhere.
Yeah.
Did that baby have less time than you, more time than you? People die every day, unexpected.
Yeah.
We had Millie here last week, her mother, 51 years old. My dad, 67. Kids are getting killed every day. How do you know you have time?
Right. So why are you fucking around?
So why are you wasting what unpromised time you have?
Yeah.
It doesn't make any sense. So if you think you have time,
Makes
you don't.
sense to me.
Stop telling yourself you've got time.
Yeah.
Because nobody
You
has
don't have
promised
any
time.
time.
None of
you
us.
don't promise any time. You need
Walk right out and get struck by lightning, hit by
Yeah.
a bus. I don't have another hour is not promised to me. So
Yeah.
live this minute to the fullest. Next quote. Surrender to what is, let go of what was, and have faith in what will be.
Right.
That's the yesterday's
Live
the
in
past.
Today. Today's
The
really
future's
the only
unknown.
reality. There isn't anything real except today.
Right now.
Yeah.
And this is the only thing we can control. Yesterday we ain't got no control of that, and tomorrow who knows?
Yeah. Tomorrow, but most people live in the other two.
Absolutely.
problem.
Yep. Yep.
I don't.
I try not
I
to.
don't. Right. I try not to. I'm not saying that I never do it, but like most of the time, I get myself back.
You like recenter yourself?
Got to reset. Like,
Yeah.
what the fuck are you doing?
It's like, what do you catch yourself like?
Yeah.
What?
Regrets? I don't live in the past ever. That one I got pretty much conquered.
Yeah, I agree.
But future is again where you have to say, what are you going to do today
Right.
to do one little step towards whatever that is.
But if you really live in today, you're helping tomorrow.
Yeah.
You're helping tomorrow. But if you're living today all about tomorrow, thinking living in tomorrow today,
Yeah, I'll be happy tomorrow? No.
yeah, you don't know that.
No, that's not.
But you can do things today that are going to help
Yeah.
The
I'll be
happiness
happy
of
when
tomorrow
I get
more likely.
This, or I'll be happy like when I get that, or that's fucking fantasy.
I think that's also kind of our addict mindset, man.
Yeah, it's fantasy.
Of like, of wanting, always wanting more. You know what I mean?
Look, not even addict mindset. That's like
Just man.
everybody's mindset.
That's just
is
mankind.
built upon, I want this.
Yeah, it's true. I have my land, you have your land. Now I want your land.
Yeah, I'll be
And
happy.
now I have
when
your land,
get
now I
that.
want his land.
Yeah, I get that, I'll be happy.
And we never are. Here's another one I love this one so much, Mike. And this reminds me of you. If one has faith, one has everything. I love that.
Yeah, I don't know that I would really need
Much else.
much else right now.
Because you know what it is? You're satisfied when you have faith. You're satisfied that all of my needs, I am a vessel of love and light, and all my needs are coming to me with a swiftness. Today. With a swiftness. I don't have to worry. You know what I mean? I'll give it to God. That's such, God, I want that. I want to attain that. That's got to be the most freedom-filled way to live.
I don't have it like all the time, but yeah, most of the time.
You're close though.
But
You're way closer than me.
because I know that I'm gonna like make this video today, and hopefully that's gonna like turn into
People more interest in the show and us
which
being able
turns
to.
into
right.
this, which turns into that, which turns into this. So as long as I'm doing a small fucking thing
Yeah.
to make whatever I'm expecting happen.
You'll get there. Baby steps
Yeah.
are big steps.
Yeah.
You're moving in the right direction.
Yeah. So right.
No matter how fast or slow,
Right.
you're going towards the finish
If you
line.
don't know where you're going,
That's
God cannot help you get there.
yeah, that's the
You
problem.
need to know where you're going.
Yep.
That's like the major part of it. You need to like know where you're going.
And even if that place, guys, is not necessarily like, I don't know maybe where exactly I'm going, but I know where I'm going away from.
You better have an idea of where you're going.
But I know I'm leaving that.
There.
Like if this is the bad life, and I don't know exactly where my good life is, but I'm moving away from that. That's still you knowing where you're going. The direction
Yeah.
I'm going is away from that.
Yeah.
And that's a
Yeah,
good direction
and
to go.
if you don't, like, for me, I got a million things fucking going around all the time. But you better have someone else who knows.
And who's gonna be honest with you and tell
Yeah.
you the truth. Best friends stab you in the front.
You need to have somebody else who knows if you're not really good at keeping things going to the right.
I know that I need help. I need men and women that have more life experience than me, that believe in me, but are also honest with me. That aren't just going to tell me, oh, you're so great, Justin. Every idea you have is brilliant. Just run with it. Because they're not. My own ideas got me places like jail. So I
True.
can't rely just on my idea, no matter how great I might think it is, because we build up quite a story in our mind. The last quote of
Right.
faith,
If you don't
guys.
have somebody like that's going to tell you it's a stupid fucking idea,
Yeah.
and you still might do it,
Yeah.
but
I grew up with a group of friends where we were all going, yeah, that's a great idea, that dumb
Yeah.
shit we're about to do. And guess what? Half of the group of friends that I grew up with are dead.
I'll say this. All right, so if I
Fact.
have people that I have an idea, and both of them, these two particular people, would say that's stupid.
People you
I'm
trust?
gonna argue
you
my
trust
case.
these two?
Right. So,
With everything.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, everything that I think they have any business knowing about.
Right, right.
I'm going to argue my case.
You're going to strongly suggest your case, and then you're going to
Yeah,
hear
and then I'm
them.
going to see if that changed their mind any.
And if they're still like, no, Mike, this
then I'm
is
not going
stupid.
to do it.
Yeah, because these are two good sources.
Yeah.
You tried to sell your argument, and and those two people are still going,
Yeah. I'm
This
not
is
going to just
just-
listen like right off the bat.
right,
If I have
yeah.
an idea.
Because you're passionate about it, and you want
Yeah.
to sell your idea. But if they're like, listen, and if they're as passionate
Yeah.
about you not doing this,
Right.
you got to listen to that.
Yeah, right. Then I don't do it.
Yeah, and I'm the same way. Listen, if Jessica, my mom, and then like I'll have like a third party, like a Debbie Stone, like that type of person in my life, or like my mentor at School of the Arts, who's like my dad's best friend, like someone like that. If all three of these people are going, don't
Yeah.
do that shit, I probably shouldn't do it.
Yeah, because most of the time, shit that I want to do, she's like always thinks the worst of everything.
Devil's advocate,
But then I'm like,
you gotta have that.
bitch, I always make shit happen. Everything I fucking say I'm gonna fucking do.
Listen,
In the end,
let you down.
Somehow I fucking make shit happen. That's just the way it's always happened.
You
now.
and me are
she's
similar
always
like
like
that.
every fucking thing is like she's not a business mind. She's not like a fucking positive thinking person all the time.
I don't think
But
anyone
then
that
I'm like,
does her
what
job
the
could
fuck?
be.
Well, everything I fucking want to do, it may not always end up like I.
Exactly see it.
Yeah, but I always fucking somehow make shit happen.
But see, you have a successful life, so maybe that's an indication to all of us that here's a man that's had a successful life, but he's married to a woman that does not agree with him. If anything, she disagrees with him more than agrees with him. That's a pusher. You guys push each other, and you balance each other. Look at all the rehab relationships that we've seen, let's just say over the last year, Mike, of like a Michael Stone with another Michael Stone, where they're both going, okay, that's a great idea. They're not getting very far. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's good that she's like that. That she's the rubber band, the other side of the rubber band that pulls you and stretches you and doesn't just agree with you. That's a big reason why you are successful. I believe.
If you
Because if she just co-signed all your shit, would you be where you are right now?
that I don't know.
I definitely don't think so, Mike.
Yeah, probably.
If every idea you ever had over the last 20 years, she just went, yeah, Mike, that's great. And just agreed with
Yeah,
everything.
most of them she doesn't fucking agree with.
Right, she's fighting, she's battling you, she's making you think, she's making you grow, actually. That's the kind of
But-
person you need.
You gotta also, like, if your girlfriend or your wife or your husband or your boyfriend is telling you you can't do something because they're worried about taking a risk,
That's different.
you're not going anywhere.
That's different.
You're not going to get anywhere.
There's a fine line between...
She's not a risk taker, but
she's
most of the
supportive.
time I don't fucking listen to
But
her.
she's supportive, Mike. But she supports you. That's the difference.
Yeah.
That's what you're talking about. There's a difference between playing devil's advocate and tactfully disagreeing with somebody
Yeah.
and not supporting them. That's a very different thing. Because she will challenge your idea.
Yeah, because
But at the end of the day, she's going to support you.
she's not a risk taker.
Well, she doesn't need to be. You're risk
Right.
taker enough for both of you.
Yeah.
And she's grounded devil's advocate enough for both of you.
Because I'm not
So
going to let
it's
her
good.
be right.
That's a whole nother video, another day. We're going to close with this. Here's our last faith quote, and I love this one too, man. Faith is seeing light with your heart when all your eyes see is darkness. God, I love that. That to me says no matter how bleak a situation looks, or how many doors close, or how many people say you can't do this, or not going to happen, or no, or good luck, buddy, that ain't going to happen. Your eyes, that's your eyes seeing the darkness. But if your heart keeps its eye on the prize and believes.
All of these take practice.
Yeah, sure.
There is no aspect of like becoming spiritual or starting to like have some type of certainty that there's a God. A lot of these things take fucking work and practice.
And
there's
repetition.
no revelations.
Yeah.
I never had a revelation.
But the repetition until it became habit and it was in you. That's what helped you, right?
I study things.
Oh, yeah.
I'm going to say, okay, I'm going to see if this atheist has a point on this.
And you'll,
That's just me.
And
I'm studying, I'm going through Google to find fucking pictures of some kind of proof of evolution. I'll
but you're
I'll spend
open-minded
2 days saying, okay, I want to see if there is actually some even picture of some fucking fossil that proves that evolution is happening. I haven't found one.
I was gonna say you might be looking for a long time, brother.
Yet,
you might be looking for a long time.
I look
because you're open-minded enough to go. If I want to learn about this microphone, right?
I want to know if
I want to know everything about the mic,
I want
everything,
to know the truth.
And even what this microphone's enemy says about this microphone, because I want to know. Right, that's what you're doing.
I want to know what's true. I don't really want to know I want to know only truth.
Which, by the way, this microphone has no enemy. It loves all
true.
other microphones.
To me, I look at... So let's say we talked... I don't remember which video it was, but somebody who's fresh.
Fresh meaning like new into recovery.
Fresh, and the whole God thing is an issue. You know, where do you fucking start? That's a problem. That's not easy.
In my opinion, you don't start with God.
You're not going to get a revelation.
Because a lot of people, especially people that do not have a relationship with God,
Yep.
are going to run from you when you mention God, especially right out of the gate.
Right.
The God thing to me has to be, here's a little morsel, here's a little crumb, follow the trail to the big pile. If I try to shove this whole shit in, people will run from that.
Yeah.
And then, especially with like religious.
I build a fucking case.
You have
for everything.
There's your little
My case is, to me, God is, from my own perspective, a preponderance of the evidence. Because there's no proof, like you said, humans can see and know from their five senses.
Mm-hmm.
Humans live in a box around their head of time and space that's actually on Earth. Like,
yeah, we're limited to that.
Don't have an infinite fucking brain. Your brain can only understand or see a finite amount of things.
Yeah, so much shit, yeah.
Yes. So just because your eyes don't see something, to me, that's ridiculous to think that
it's not real
you're
or not there.
infinite knowledge of shit. You don't have it. You're not able. You don't have the capacity. You don't have the capacity to comprehend.
We can't even wrap
what
around
God
that.
looks like.
Yeah, we can't. Our brain is not big enough or complex enough to even wrap
there's
around.
no capacity for it.
We can't even. Have you ever sat and tried to like wrap your mind around eternity?
No, I wouldn't try.
Like I have.
Yeah, and then I'd say, "What the fuck are you doing?"
Trying to think of no time. Like try to think of forever. Like your mind can do it for a certain extent, but then it gets past our circle of ability.
Once you have the ability to say and know that there's things your brain cannot comprehend, and you're not fucking the ultimate knowledge person, because you don't have the. I don't care who you are. Human brains have a certain capacity. That's it. Point blank. Until you remember that, like, it's hard.
Now, I do believe this is a muscle we can exercise. It can grow.
Yeah.
But it's still limited.
There's capacity.
But it's still limited. Yeah, there's capacity, like Mike's saying. So to try to, like, wrap around the whole God
it's hard.
concept, I mean...
Don't try. I don't get too deep.
It's like asking an ant on the ground to visualize his life as a dolphin.
Yeah.
The ant's tiny brain cannot...
You can't
cannot wrap around
Imagine what infinite.
what a sonar language of dolphins.
How do you
would-
infinite light? To me, I'm not. Your brain can't comprehend it.
It can go to a certain level, but like you
Yeah.
said, then it hits that capacity, boop, and then we can't go any further.
Yeah. So I just build a case. This is some evidence. This is some more evidence. This is some more evidence, and now I have a pile.
Right, follow me. Yeah.
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 Now I have a pile of evidence that said, to me, it's way more likely than not
That this is truth
that
versus
this
this
is
other
not
bullshit that we
here
haven't found
by
any
accident.
little pieces.
Yeah, it's more likely than not, which is certainly good enough to go to jail and lose your court case,
Mm-hmm.
that this is not an accident.
Yeah.
This is not here by chance and random fucking shit happening.
Yeah.
I don't say it's definitely not. I'm not saying there's proof that there's not. I'm saying you are willing to like put someone into the fucking death chamber on. You don't have exact proof
On hearsay.
unless there's no video.
On hearsay.
Right.
A
There's
lot of
no
times.
video of someone doing a crime.
Of me going, he did it.
Right.
My word.
There's no video.
Which here again, these lie.
So you're perfectly willing to put people in jail and to death on building up of evidence to a certain point. But you're, to me, I'm saying, okay, we're willing to do that. That's what I do about God. I have all this fucking built up
Mm-hmm.
that there's no way this is accidental and by random chance.
Yeah.
Do I have proof fucking God exists? What kind of proof? I don't have it.
This
I'm
shit
good.
looks like by
I'm good.
design, though.
I'm
Like
good
you're
with
saying.
it. Yeah.
But like you're saying, it's enough evidence to go. I've got zero.
enough for me.
If I want to compare, if A is real and B is not, but I've got all these little
It's built up.
scenarios
Yeah.
and facts to support this, but I've got
Right.
nothing for this. Which one do you think is real,
It's
guys?
enough for me.
On our next video, we're going to explore further evidence of why I think Michael Stone is smarter than me. I've got all these little examples of how he is. We're going to compare those on our next Recovery Shared video, guys, because I've got a lot of proof that Mike's smarter than me and zero evidence that I'm smarter than him.
Look,
So
even
we're
if that's
gonna-
even DNA. Look, so we're willing to put someone to death from DNA. DNA isn't 100%.
No.
It's 98.9%
Neither is a
that
lie
you killed
detector.
the fucking person.
Now there's a lie detector.
Right. So I'm saying, well, we're perfectly willing to kill people on a 1 in a billion. So if your DNA, because there's a 1 in a billion and a half chances this guy didn't do it.
There's still a chance.
Okay,
There's
there's
still a chance.
1 in ultimate. There's 1 in fucking. I don't even know how many trillions that there's no way this is here by chance, and there's no way this is here by accident. Trillions.
Yeah.
Not even trillions. It's past that. It's 1 to the whatever power. But you're
But it's still a
willing to put
chance.
someone to fucking
You're
death
going to kill somebody.
on 1 in a billion and a half.
I don't want to kill somebody.
chances.
Yeah, no. You know what you should remind me of? Dumb and Dumber. When he says, what are the chances of a girl like you and a guy like me getting together? And she says, 1 in a million. And he goes, so you're telling me there's a chance?
Yeah, 1 in a
And he
million
freaks
isn't
out.
shit.
Samsonite. Samsonite. I was
Samsonite,
way
there
off.
You go. 1 in a million is
I was
nothing.
way off.
How long does it take Bezos to make $1 million? 5 minutes?
If that,
It's not even that big of a number.
it is to me.
Billion isn't even. How long does it take Bezos to make $1 billion? A day?
About maybe
Yeah.
half.
So-
Not like a day.
So to me, that means there is definitely not, in 3.5 billion years, time is not the answer as to how we're here.
No.
That's nothing.
No.
All this shit didn't happen in
Especially in like
3
light
billion
years
years.
and shit. Yeah.
Yeah, that's not that much time since Bezos makes 3 billion in a week. I mean, to me, that works for me.
I'm pretty sure those numbers
That like
could work
I'm
for anybody.
able to fucking comprehend it that way.
Guys, we've got a whole lot more content that is not only applicable for people in recovery, but also for anybody
Yeah.
anywhere. We all go through stuff, guys, and when you're going through something, it's always nice to have tools that you can apply to help
Tools.
you find the solution.
Tools are the answer. Gotta
They
have
are.
tools.
I mean, this is life-changing stuff, guys. It's not only for people with drug addiction issues or alcohol abuse issues. It's not just for people in treatment centers or sober homes.
We'll give you
This-
the secret code.
This is about
Along
making
the
your
way.
life better, anybody's life. Guys, for Michael Stone, I'm Justin Sims. This is Recovery Shared. We want you to comment. Please subscribe to our page, like, Tell us if we suck. Tell us if we're great. We just want to hear from you. But this is Recovery Shared, your online source for all things addiction and recovery. See you next time.